Welcome, I'm Rob from AU Wax Melters. AU Wax Melters is Australia's leader in wax melting equipment for hobbyists and small business. In this video, we'll be demonstrating honey recovery, cappings reducing and wax cleaning using the 15B electric double boiler. The 15B is designed for beekeepers and recommended for 5+ hives. The unit has been set up, filled with cappings and allowed to heat and separate. And now we're just going to go ahead and skim all that large debris that's floated to the top of the wax and discard that to help clean the wax a bit further. Just continue to skim the chamber to remove some of the finer debris. Be careful not to mix the honey and the wax together again. Happy that we've removed as much of the debris as possible. Now we'll move down to the lower tap in the chamber, which has got us into where that nice warm honey is. We'll recover that and drain that off. Note that as the honey's emptying, the wax line is lowering. In this batch we recovered approximately 11 kilos of honey. We'll keep pouring our honey out now until the honey is exhausted and we start to see the colour change, which will be the wax that's lowered down to that lower chamber. Once this happens, we'll close that bottom tap and move up to the higher tap. Wax cappings generally requires no water to be placed in the product chamber, as cappings tend to have enough honey to melt and separate between the bottom layer of the honey and the top layer of the clean beeswax. Note the honey in the chamber has been heated to around 75 degrees Celsius and has darkened because of this. Honey heated above 40 degrees Celsius is no longer considered to be raw and can be used for a variety of uses. These include making sauces, marinades, used in cooking and making of mead fermentation, just to name a few. Of the remaining honey now, shortly you'll see a colour change as the wax starts to come out of that lower tap. We'll close that. You'll see the colour change there on the top of the container. This is the wax floating on top of the honey. We'll allow that to cool and solidify and we'll move that from the top. That honey can be taken away and the wax capping can be placed back into the chamber for the next reduction and recovery. Satisfied that we've exhausted all that honey from the chamber, we'll now move up to that higher tap and that should be our nice clean wax. Heating the high ball valve with a heat gun just helps remove any plugs that may have formed from the previous cleans and also just encourages that flow. This is especially important in colder climates, as that big lump of stainless steel there can maybe not be heated as well from the water jacket. This just helps it along and gets everything moving smoothly. With that tap nice and warm now, we'll move up with a small container and just drain off any debris that might be trapped in that tap from the lower levels of the previous clean, and also the plug. Looking good. We've preheated our glass Pyrex jug in the microwave. This will help us with the pouring. For this demonstration, we only used clean cappings. This allowed us to pour directly into the moulds. To clean dirty wax cappings, old foundation and wax from previous cleans, Add water first to the product chamber. Fill the water to just above the top tap, then add wax cappings, old foundation and wax from the previous cleans to the chamber. Again, allow the contents to heat and separate. Now drain the water added to the chamber away from the lower tap until wax starts to come out of the tap. Now move again to the higher tap, warm the tap and recover the wax. Be sure to visit us at auwaxmelters.com.au and like us on Facebook. We've got many units for a variety of uses, from candle making, soap making, cosmetics, creams, lip balms and more. So be sure to drop by, have a look at the website and all the different categories we've got there. I'm sure we've got a unit for you.